I'm the drummer for Tony Pichka. We play angry pop songs. Cut.
So my name is Stephanie. I play in Tony Pichka as a guitarist and some backup vocals.
My name is Melissa Jones. My name is Melissa Jones. For the band, I sing a lot of the songs and I play guitar.
So I came and joined. We jammed for a while, but they needed a drummer, so I kind of stood in as that position. And ever since then, I've just been playing the drums for Tony Pichka because we've developed a lot, and now I'm a drummer, so that's cool.
Tony Pichka is awesome. I love it. We don't really, limit ourselves too much about like what kinds of directions we want to go with our creativity.
Like, I think just a lot of the songs that we're sort of playing right now ended up being like songs that I've brought, but I've never, like, I don't write anyone else's parts or anything. And like,
we all contribute creatively to every song, and like, and just the work in the band in general is like, we're all really motivated and communicate and practice a lot, so it's pretty much everything you could ask for from a band situation.
We're starting to do a lot more collaborative stuff, like working on songs sort of more as a group, which it always was collaborative, but I think now we're being more conscientious of like making sure that things are like a group effort. I came here to go to school at the University of Minnesota, and I am still going to school. I'm graduating next semester.
I love the Twin Cities. It's an amazing place that I never knew really existed.
And I came up here, and I think, I had some options, but I think a big part of coming to school here was because I wanted to be a part of the city, and I was in a band in high school.
I think that we got really lucky with our first show because I was friends with someone who needed another band for a pretty well-attended, fun show at Palmer's.
We've played a lot of like decently big venues for the cities, and like I know we've gotten a decent amount of hype. We're definitely given a chance, which is nice.
Being a woman in the scene is like one of the most important things to me because I was heavily influenced by female bands growing up. Sleater-Kinney has been my favorite band since I was in like 3rd grade. But like if I hadn't been exposed to those bands with like women musicians at such a young age, it might not have inspired me to want to be a musician.
Especially with the job that I have working in the music industry, like people are always surprised, or it's just completely unexpected coming from left field that like a woman would be doing like this obviously male-dominated job.
Us being a girl band, probably, I mean, obviously, I can't say for sure because I can't read the minds of the people who come to our shows, but I think, like, part of it does have to do with, us being a female, composed band. And, like, in some ways, that's amazing because, like, there do need to be more women in the scene, obviously, and it's fun to be sort of, like, an example of that, but on the other reason, I get self-conscious and I'm like, well, I question people's motivations for coming to the show, and it's like, do they like it because they don't like or because we're just girls? Are they coming because they like our music, blah, blah, blah?
I don't know, I haven't really felt like specifically targeted like violently, but I would say that like there are cases where maybe a promoter would think it's cool to put all females on the same bill just like simply by the fact that they're all females and maybe our genres don't even match up.
I mean, I have a lot of different feelings about it. And I think part of it, it's like people, I feel like the music scene, the climate that it's in right now, is people are wanting to include women in making music, you know, and it's awesome. But at the same time, it has negative consequences when anyone tries to tokenize the band, you know.
This is a really specific situation, but I was in a band called Cherry Cola, and it was 3/4 female and 1/4 male, fronted by the guy. And every interview that came out about us was just about him, except for like a brief mention that we were in the band. Every like photo thing, everything was about him and not about us. And he said it was a solo project, but in the same breath would say it was a band. And that was just challenging for me.
But again, I don't think it's condescending. I think people want to do the right thing and people want to get women booked, but they're doing it sometimes in the wrong way. And they're doing it by lumping together all female musicians instead of just like seeking out other, you know, different female musicians.